I mean, I show the Uber guy in Ghana didn't know where Trinidad and Tobago was. You Jamaican? No, we are not Jamaica. We are Trinidad and Tobago. We have to explain that all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, I showed him a map on the phone, and I showed him where I came from and where he said, but you almost make 360. I was born in Diego Martin,
Yeah.
which is the west of Trinidad, suburban.
Yeah.
But I currently reside in the east, in Aruca,
Yeah.
east of Trinidad.
Thank you. And our Jamaican brother, where do you come
Anyways,
from?
my name is Kate Berry,
Yeah.
and I'm from a community called Green Hill.
Yeah.
That's next to 9 miles where Bob Marley is from, up
Yeah.
in the hills, Alexandria, St. Anne area. That's where I'm from, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, what was it again? Big up people from Green Hill, a long time in the you know.
Yeah.
Alexandria, 9 Mile, Brownstone, Brownstone, St. Anne.
Yeah.
You know, big up on yourself. Africa, nice.
Yeah.
Don't listen, not because we come from the hills, people gonna think that we're dark or we don't have no form of intelligence. Let me tell you something. Africa is nice, and you guys need to break out of that box.
True.
And come
to the world.
come out to the world, because this is where this is the continent that every countries around the world rely on for anything. This is the motherland.
All right, Wagwan, my people, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we've always been trying to bridge the gap, just like I normally say, the Marcus Garvey's dream, when he said that all Africans in the continent and out of the continent are going to come together. And the fact that we as Kenyans, we have our Jamaican brother and our sister from Trinidad.
Trinidad and Tobago, yeah.
So I'm pleased because when I see my sister and my brother, you know, from the Caribbean, and I normally tell my people that we are one, you know, and that was a dream for Marcus Garvey. And you visiting Africa, and as today sitting here, I see Marcus Garvey's dream coming into a reality.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've got my Caribbean sister and my Jamaican brother, and we are interacting. Maybe they can say something. Welcome to Africa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is my second visit to Africa, and it's really Al Kebulon. We would know that is the original name. The colonizers would have called it Africa.
Yeah.
But you might be able to change the name of a place, but you cannot change the energy and the vibration. You know, and the fact that I have returned to Africa from the Caribbean for my second visit says a lot. Because I can tell you it is not cheap to come from the Caribbean to Africa. But it's important for me to say that, at least for me, when you have found that which feeds your spirit and which energizes you, when you feel that completion, when you feel satisfied, that's when you can repeat something. I think it is counterproductive. It doesn't make sense in life for us to be doing the same things over and over, and it's not adding value to our spirit or even to us physically. And coming to Africa has helped me connect a lot of dots, especially as a cultural ambassador, as a performance artist, a vocalist, a dancer. It has really gelled the energies together. So I've just visited 4 African countries, hoping to go to a lot more. But I must confess, so far Kenya seemed to have my heart.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. And another question, you know, you coming from the Caribbean, and my Jamaican brother also from the Caribbean. How do you feel Caribbean people meeting each other in Africa? Just like I've told you,
Right.
Marcus Garvey wanted this. So how do you feel from Trinidad Tobago and you meet your Jamaican family in Africa?
Well, honestly, as a young girl, when I hear people from the Caribbean go to Africa, I used to, first of all, in our minds, we would think Africa is somewhere that's unreachable. You know, so when we hear Caribbean people going to Africa, it's like, where are they going? You know, you try, like, is this some place out of space? Because, no, it may sound funny, but we were not conceptualizing Africa to be a continent that's easy to take a flight. So now that I have the means to come here and meet fellow Caribbean people, it's like, But why did they make us feel all along that it was so difficult?
Yeah.
It was so impossible.
Yeah.
You know, and even now, today, some of my friends would be, what? You reach Africa? Like it's a spaceship I went in. You know?
Yeah.
So I want to say to people, listen, there are a lot of Caribbean people in Africa who are living in Africa, especially Ghana, because Ghana is very much like the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible, right?
Yeah.
It might be a little costly, and it can be very affordable based on the time you travel.
Yeah.
But it's not how they want us to believe. It's not like taking a rocket to go to space.
Yeah.
Hey, it's right there.
Yeah. So if we look back, like during the transatlantic slave trade, we've got history, and you know, I've always been trying to fight for us coming together. But sometimes you find that people are like, African soldiers don't go to Africa. Now you are in Africa. How have you received your reception? If you look at the narrative, some people are trying to say, oh, Africans don't like the Caribbean, and you are here, my Jamaican brothers here. How is the experience with Africans?
So far,
Yeah.
you know, nothing is perfect.
Yeah.
I think it has been very welcoming, and you judge a country by the port of entry.
Yeah.
How you are treated at the airport.
Yeah.
That's your first impression. And I would say I have met really warm, welcoming people at the airport.
Yeah.
You know, they would actually say, you know, welcome home, sister.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, you know, that's what they say to me, welcome home. And that felt so good because, I mean, I really didn't expect to get that type of welcome.
Yeah.
You know, they would look at my passport, Trinidad and Tobago, welcome home, sister. So for me, all in all, you know, when I put it together, the experience has been good.
Yeah.
Like anything else, as I said, there's no perfect place.
Yeah.
But it has been good, pretty good.
And yes,
I
okay.
could say the same thing
Yeah.
too. My first time in Africa was in Tanzania.
Yeah.
I stayed there for 4 years. I've been living in Africa for 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm now in Kenya, and when I'm at the border from Namanga coming into
Yeah.
Kenya,
Yeah.
they would always say, hey, they get so used to me because they know me.
Yeah.
They say, hey Jamaica, you know, hey Jamaica, what's up?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I say I want to go Kenya.
Yeah.
And they would just welcome me and say, hey,
Yeah.
Kenya is home. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah.
Vibe that I get from this place.
Yeah.
Same in Tanzania too, because as I said, like I've been there for so long, people know me
Yeah.
and things. So it's welcoming in Africa.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's like real welcoming, and it's like when people ask me like, where are you from? And I say Jamaica, everybody's excited to talk to me.
Yeah.
Because they can say, oh, Bob Marley, and I can say, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and reggae music, whatever,
Yeah.
You know, and so Africa is a great place, bro.
That's
Like,
the
real,
advantage.
it's amazing. In fact, the things that I'm doing here now, I could not do it in my country like the way I'm doing it. Like, you know, because I have a business going on there in Tanzania at this moment.
Yeah.
And as an entrepreneur, I still want to branch out in Kenya.
Yeah.
And I know that with Kenya, based on how Kenyans love reggae music
Yeah.
and love Jamaican culture, I know that I will flourish.
Yeah.
You know, more in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a good vibe.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe to be here in Africa, and I would encourage anybody from the Caribbeans or even black people around the world say, hey, come.
Yeah.
And I would invite them to come to Kenya also.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same question I asked her, as a Jamaican, you met your sister from Trinidad, that is Caribbean. She talked about experience. How do you feel? Also, like you're from Caribbean and you came to Africa and you found a fellow Caribbean and we are also Africa. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's I feel good about it.
Yeah.
And the reason why, it shows me that something is going on.
Yeah.
Like that movement.
Yeah.
As you know about the colonization ages back then, the Atlantic slave trade and thing. I can see that things is coming together.
Yeah.
And you know, being as we meet here and whatever, we now have to come together, put away whatever things we have from the Caribbean or whatever. We come together and we try to educate Africans, let them know more about our rich African culture back there in the Caribbean, and let them know that hey, we won and you know what I mean? We work together to make Africa be a better place. Bring our ideas, whatever we can do. Don't be selfish with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can come here and we can put all our resources together.
Yeah.
We put our resources together
Yeah.
and help to make Africa that better place
Yeah.
that it was before colonization.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very good about it.
I want to add something,
Yeah.
and it's just to use what he said as a springboard.
Yeah.
It's amazing, laughable even,
Yeah.
that some Africans or people in the diaspora still have their hang-ups
Yeah.
with coming to Africa.
Yeah.
They would question how is technology, how is advancement. You know, they're still a little shaky. You know, it's amazing. African descendants questioning all of that to come to Africa.
Yeah.
But the other races are not questioning.
Yeah, that's common.
They are occupying Africa
Yeah.
and doing well.
Yeah.
So you know, so it seems like you are buying into the narrative that Africa is backward, but somehow they are not buying that narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, it's foolish.
Yeah.
They are coming here, buying land and whatever.
Yeah.
Look at Kenya. Look at how many well, I don't want to say colonizers, but look how many of them that doesn't look like us have settled even in Kenya, in
Yeah.
Tanzania, all over Africa.
Yeah.
So what is wrong with African people? Come on, open your eyes.
Yeah.
Open your eyes.
Yeah.
Don't buy into that narrative.
Yeah.
So is it bad for you and good for them? Open your eyes.
I have something.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that you've seen Nairobi is uptown, you've seen the real estate world, nice apartments, you've seen we have nice internet, 5G connection. Do you think that Africa can match up to the lifestyles in places like New York and maybe developed places? Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And we would have to agree that it is a orchestrated plan to keep us thinking that Africa would not measure up to these places. It is an orchestrated plan to start with. The world needs Africa. Its resources is Africa resources is what is running the world. The lithium. They cannot make cell phones without the resources from Africa, and so many other examples. So we know that yes, Africa can measure up and is measuring up. But again, it is a plan, an orchestrated plan to keep Africans mentally believing that they are inferior and they would never rise to match up. And then match up to what really? Match up to what? Match up to GMO foods? Is that what you want to match up to? Which is being eaten in those other countries? What Africans have to start looking inwards and seeing their richness and their resources and start marketing Africa. America is the land that it is today, meaning people look at America as the land of opportunities because they market it that way. America, they have been marketing America as the land of opportunities. We spoke about it with artists. Artist A may not be the best singer, but has his or her marketing game going on. And so that artist will reach further than someone who could really sing but does nothing to market themselves. It's the same way. It's how you market your country. So we must, to agree with my brother, things are happening on the good side. Things are happening with marketing. You know, now I think with the age of social media, you open your phone and you see South Africa, tourism, and you know all the other African countries, safari. We didn't know about that before. We just had to imagine what Kenya looked like. So it is happening. The revolution is taking place. The change is happening, and as he said, we have to just continue marketing and pushing, and yeah. But I don't think Africans should think they are inferior. That is what they want, and that is why you still have people risking their lives in boats trying to cross the ocean to go to European countries. When the fact is, if Africa failed to exist, they can't exist.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Then another thing, like right now we are in a Jamaican restaurant, and Jamaican food has been doing good in Kenya, and even reggae music. As a Caribbean, someone coming from Caribbean, just like Jamaican foods are doing good, do you think it's high time our brothers and sisters from Caribbean to introduce the Caribbean culture? Because the fact that the Jamaican food is doing good, it means Africans are ready for the culture. You know, I normally say our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean. Do you think there should be more linking, like the carnival? More exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it happens back home.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Nigerian food in the Caribbean. We have a lot of African food that made its way. And that happened with the transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
So a lot of the foods we eat back home, it's not indigenous to Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, where it came from Africa.
Oh, yeah.
So, roti.
Oh, yeah.
Although roti came from India,
Yeah.
but still, you know Trinidad and Tobago for a good doubles or a good roti. When you're reaching Trinidad and Tobago, you're asking for a doubles or a roti.
Yeah.
It's good to bring that up here. Pilau. I understand pilau started from Kenya, but I feel Trinidad is make the pilau different. I think our pilau different. But to answer your question, I think there should be that exchange, just like how we do music. Exchange of music. We can also do exchange of food, and let me tie it in by saying there has been talks within CARICOM with some of the heads of government. I know Mia Motley from Barbados. Even in Trinidad and Tobago, talks started in terms of having direct flights in Jamaica. I think Jamaica had signed to it. But to see the actual execution, I don't know when it's going to happen. But a lot of talks took place in Barbados, having direct flight to Ghana, Nigeria. The talks has been happening, and again, that is a step in the right direction. What we want to see is the actual execution. Too many talk shops. Many talk shops. Let the flights begin. And save us from going around the world and spending money that we don't have. Save us from that. Because the Sahara dust reaches us so quickly, so it means we don't have to go to London or Amsterdam or New York. We don't have to do that.
Why is it that we have to go
Kenya Airways management, that's a message for you.
Yes.
Make the flights direct.
Come on,
We need direct flight from Africa to Caribbean. We don't need intermediary, right?
Too much stuff.
Listen, why we have to go to Europe to come to Africa? And Africa is so close.
We now have to get visa. We have to get visa.
Listen now, what about if there was a connection between, say, Kenya Airways go to Ghana, connected flight. Why we have to connect in Europe?
Or USA.
Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Why we have to go to those places? Exactly. And they could actually maybe say connect from Ghana and fly from Ghana come right here to
I am not
East
in the
Africa.
aviation business, but I believe they can fly direct.
It's even shorter than going around all of these places.
And you also said about visa, like you need.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, we have to get a visa if we are going to London. That was recently. We have to get visa to go to the US. The only place that we don't have to get any visa is Amsterdam. But we have to get
Canada.
Visa.
So it's a bit tricky.
Never used to be like that, but it's like that now. So you have to pay like 3,000 TT dollars. Right? That's how much US, like about 500 US, 500 around there, or a little less for something. Right? You have to pay that. And there are no guarantees. You may get it, or you may not. And then you still have to get the money to buy the ticket to come here. I show the Uber guy in Ghana didn't know where Trinidad and Tobago was. You Jamaican? No, we are not Jamaica. We are Trinidad and Tobago. We have to explain that all the time. So anyway, I showed him a map on the phone. And I showed him where I came from and where he said, but you almost make 360. He was laughing and said, but you almost made a full circle.
Full circle to come, what the fuck?
So save us that is almost 2 days, we a day and a half to come here.
Yeah, man, we witness that, man.
The jet lag is crazy. You can't catch yourself. 2-3 days, you're
It's a
tired.
systematic thing.
Right now, I believe that the flight from the Caribbean to Africa, maybe it's gonna be in the year, maybe 2 hours to come here.
Yeah.
From, I believe.
How much?
Maybe from.
No.
I'm talking about if you should fly from the Caribbean straight to Africa.
Again,
hours.
I am not into the aviation business. From Trinidad to New York is about 5 hours. 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
I can say that. Trinidad to London is 9 hours or something like that, 8 hours and something 9 hours. So I believe to come from Trinidad direct to Africa might be somewhere around 8-9 hours. But that will still be better.
Oh, it's still better than going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what licks you up? The layaways. Because remember, you have to get the connection flight. So sometimes you have to lay away. Like one time I spent almost the whole day in New York.
Like the whole day.
Yes.
Whole day, yeah.
I came in like 7 in the morning and my flight was 4 the evening.
Yeah.
So you have
But
to
looking at it,
you could go around in the city, but you know, you can't go far.
Yeah.
But all those hours you're wasting.
Yeah.
And then from New York, I went to Qatar. 16 hours from JFK to Qatar. And then from Qatar to Kenya.
that's where my route. I think that was 11 hours. From Jamaica to Germany it was around 10 or 11 hours, somewhere there. But if you look at it from Jamaica to across the Atlantic Sea, yeah, that maybe it would be even shorter.
I get you.
It
Yeah,
might be
direct.
shorter, but
Yeah.
I don't want to say exactly how much because I leave that to the aviation expert, people who fly. But what I would agree with, I believe it would be shorter.
Yeah. And better than.
And better,
Oh,
of course.
yeah.
Connect
Well,
straight to Nigeria, straight back
Let's
down
hope
here.
that you know this video reached the right
The right
information
audience.
reach the right ears.
Yeah.
And we are not the first, so you know it's continuous reminders.
Yeah.
Putting the information out there continuously. We can't give up the fight. You know, but I'm hoping that the direct flights start sooner rather than later.
So Kenya Airways, Ethiopian Airways,
Yeah.
Kenyan Tourism Board, Kenyan government.
KLM.
Like the African continent at large.
Do
You know?
something.
All right. So just before we end, ladies and gentlemen, it was a good, meeting. Seeing my brother from Jamaica and my sister from Trinidad. Now, just the last thing, because we wanna end the video. I just want us to tell us where she's from in Trinidad and where you're from in Jamaica. Only that one.
Right, well, I was born in Diego Martin,
Yeah.
which is the west of Trinidad, suburban.
Yeah.
But I currently reside in the east, in Aruca,
Yeah.
east of Trinidad.
San Fernando,
Thank you.
Sandy
And our
Grande.
Jamaican brother, where do you come
Anyways,
from?
my name is Kate Berry,
Yeah.
and I'm from a community called Green Hill.
Yeah.
That's next to 9 miles where Bob Marley is from, up in the hills, Alexandria, St. Anne area. That's where I'm from, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, what was it again?
Yeah.
What else you want to know?
And I was just asking where you're from, just giving a big,
as I
big
said,
up to your place.
yeah, big up people from Green Hill. A long time I don't see you know.
Yeah.
Alexandria, 9 Mile, Brownstone, Brownstone, St. Anne.
Yeah.
You know, big up on yourself. Africa, nice. Don't listen. Not because we come from the hills, people gonna think that we're dark or we don't have no form of intelligence. But let me tell you something. Africa is nice, and you guys need to break out of that box.
True.
And come
to the world.
come out to the world, because this is where this is the continent that every countries around the world rely on for anything. This is the motherland.
Yeah.
Come to the motherland and come make yourself useful. A lot of you people sit down right now, don't really have nothing to do, because you maybe think that there's nothing out there, but you don't need visa to come here. So hey, take a trip. Africa is home.
All right. So like Marcus Garvey said, the people without the knowledge of their history is like a tree without its roots. And I'm happy to see my family, they're called Caribbean people, my family. And the people are trying to keep us apart like the colonizer did, you're not going to succeed. They are coming back home and we're also planning to visit them. So my people, we say, little more or goodbye.